You've made a fool of yourself once, so there's no reason to compound the error.
But I won't break, coast to coast shake. Out here worrying about people who don't even know my name. Focusing on numbers, only numbing you like Novocaine. Need to put your energy in what you really know is great. Inner exercise, running off of what you know you can't sustain. Instead of always trying to hold up the mirror to a broken pane. You never fit in the whole scope, inside a full frame. Need a wider range, know you capable of feeling more than shame. Wasn't put here for the poster or the pixels on the page. I'm here to vibrate from an inner state, hard to tap into when you too far within the game. Need to get out of your head, back into your heart. Fuck is being smart if you just ignore the intuition part. Only running on a one-track mind when you got a whole nother side sitting out of sight. If you catch a little glimpse, you might strife. If you ain't quite ready yet to see the reason you were given life, take a little bit of warming up to. But here come heat along with light, could be burning bright instead of dimming any time that you get criticized. Inner column writer filling up another line. You could knock those columns down, build a better blight, but not against you per se, more to harmonize. Cause deep down you know why this is still causing you strife. And if you shift the weight to sharpening your insight, you dull the knife instead of gearing up for yet another fight. Maybe throw a blanket on the blade instead of crossing right. No way to win when only outcome is more loss of life. When you could take it by the hands, take a breath and guide. As if you're talking to a youngin', what's wrong my child? Can defuse while there's still time instead of hitting ignite. Ain't gotta be a repeat defeat, it's a new night. Clear as day like the moonshine, drinking up this evening air. Might not always seem fair, but the stars still align. Even when you least expect, part the sea of self-hate might see the signs. Really not a fan of Abrahamic types, rather put it in the hands of Isaac. Youth the real hope of putting an end to this violence. How you supposed to nurture life if you despise it? True divinity sitting inside us in solitude, but not solitary confinement. Need to be by each other's side if there's any chance that we collectively can find it. Redefine what it means to truly be alive and be cared for, not to be the bearer of bad news. But it seems we made a cosmic error, hard to follow to the letter, but in times of terror, what can you really do but do better? Don't say that to scare you, but so you can accept. Take a step and climb a stair up. First it takes staring at yourself in the mirror to contest what you most need to clear up. Told me when I first started making shitty sounding beats that someday I'd be rapping on a beat that sounded like this that I produced. Wild. Never ending, remembering and forgetting. Jot it down before I lose my question. On the quest for acceptance, but no, not from you, from me. Fully content with the second guessing. What are the odds? You could better figure out the function when you express it. No, keep it bottled up. Only good outcome you getting swallowed up with. Yeah, that's the spirit. Nah, that's your ego getting caught up in appearance. You know that inner even closer, you just can't hear it. Blocked off, not right exact back where you left. Just another wild card popped up in the deck. Got me worrying about moving backwards in steps instead of working with it as part of the process. No firsthand, it's easier said than done, but I digress. Can't work on what you can't even accept, just leave you sick in the head. Need to get the old model looking null and void. Get the means put together for us to be unemployed and strike while the water's still boiling. Came to find a new model built off the old model that they tried to destroy. And that old model made this present model look like a bunch of kids playing with toys, filling up our heads with noise, tuning out the tune of the inner voice. Though the through line between mine and yours, the same heartbeat even when we get out of sorts. Might short circuit way back to connection, not always as short, but it's always there at the core. Might where you are feel like love running low, only to realize there's always more. looking for the love in the darkest place. Looking for the love in the, looking for the love in the darkest place. Looking for the love in the, looking for the love in the darkest place. Looking for the love in the, 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 looking for the love in the darkest place. Though love ain't all fun and games, show you would need to be appraised, also would need to be changed. The standards you might need to raise, try hold you to task for the ways of the past, things that you need to account for, instead of bouncing off same exact spot on the backboard. Doesn't matter if it's what you asked for, real love not a mask, or and always to the brim, full glass poured. It's patience to lean down and pick up the pieces that's scattered on the floor. Try to hear you out instead of only listening to the sound for something to sound off for. Preemptively out the back door, when I could be here. Maybe all you really needed was an ear, and I don't mean Van Gogh. No need to bleed out, dig deeper, when you could reform, not to be a preacher. Speak more meteoric rise, light up the sky for you lost in the ether. Experiences could be a teacher if somehow you don't let them defeat you. Might feel miles away, but keep that morale high, love still can reach you. The wound with a matchstick, moth through a flame, but I always seem to spark the add lift. It's just a matter of fuel, but nothing come close to getting that inner right with you. Set your sights to move, they move past you, but couldn't seem to find your steps along that route. Forward then back, but I'm present at last with the direction the path is. Got rewound before for way too long, had to reground outside of myself, retuned to the song. Not to mention that I swung and flew out on the park over the crowd, only focused on what I found, or better yet fell into. Brought me back to the here and now, and out of where I'd been. Walls steadily closing in, took a dip back in that endless ocean. Know we all float, but it's difficult to swim. Gotta be in sync with what you got within. Though lately I've been feeling the call to reconnect to an origin further than my family has recent experience with. Severed those ties in a web of lies with which we're all intimately intertwined. Revisiting might mean for most needed more than a sip of wine to face what we were forced to leave behind. Stripped like rind, but no extracting the deeper inner ties in your DNA. Just need to be revived. All you need to reshine the light instead of resign and rebind the ways we've been taught by design, all to keep us from the way to rewind. Not gonna save the world with some peace signs, but remember that Pachacuti is here, it's the time. All been set in motion by the divine. Know it's darkest right before the sunrise. Plan A, need to make a beeline to the ways of who we were before. Get realigned instead of trying to live multiple lives like a feline. Need to free the lies, no separation like we in between Frida's eyes. Return to living as we are a default, outside of these downgrade redesigns. Said we individualize like we not all a part of one pie that we will have plenty of if we just split even between you and I, instead of letting ours get siphoned off to one side. Set in one way, hard to see beyond limitations even on where we mind. Just another damn resource to mine, but there's so much more to see behind these eyes. Little flash of green, I don't mean dollar signs. The spot in between where the land and the sky meet, always a bridge between about as far as your eye can see and what seem right now out of reach. Just gotta remember it's fine line between reality and dreams. We just gotta walk across that beam.
What kind of dreams are you guys having?
You made a fool of yourself once. There's no reason to compound the error.
dreams are you guys having?